I'm Lexi. One thing is pretty much universal, no matter what country you're in. When you finish a holiday dinner with your family, there's going to be leftovers. And depending on your family, there could be a lot of leftovers. A few years ago, I took it as a challenge. Okay, rewind. My name is Lexi. I have a problem with cooking too much food. So, there's only 4 of us. But I cook like there's 15. So there's always a ton of leftovers. And a few years ago, I took the challenge on myself to make sure that every single bit of those leftovers got used. But you know the really hard part about that? I hate leftovers. So I had to get creative. And you know what? I was still pretty sick of turkey after a week. But every single bit of that, every bit of turkey, every bit of every side dish got transformed into something and eaten. So I now have quite the arsenal of things up here for what to do with holiday dinner leftovers. And I'm going to show you one. Let's go inside. All right. I know you're just thinking, well, I'm just going to eat turkey sandwiches, make turkey sandwiches with my leftovers. And that's great. I like turkey sandwiches too. But let's be honest, there's only so many you can eat. And the only leftovers you have isn't turkey. You have all of this. Oh, hang on, I forgot one. That too. So what we have here is some mashed potatoes, some turkey, some green beans, and some corn. I think we'll make a cottage pie. I think I'm going to add some onion and some carrot to this because the beans and corn just don't seem like quite enough to me. Got an onion over here. We're just going to give that a rough chop. And then this is the dish I like to make my cottage pies in. So we'll throw that in there. And I've got some carrots. I think we just need 1 carrot. I'm not a huge fan of cooked carrot, so I do like to cut this into pretty small pieces. What vegetables does your family serve on Thanksgiving or Christmas? Because I know in my family, when it comes time to have the discussion about what's on the menu, the vegetables are always a point of contention. There's always somebody who doesn't like something, which wouldn't be a problem if there was like 10 of us. But there's 4 of us. So someone always doesn't like something. So we always end up with green beans and corn. And I want to do something more interesting. I want to do Brussels sprouts. I want to do broccoli. I want to do asparagus. But it is what it is. I don't want to cook something that only one person's going to eat. And that one person is often me because I like food. So let's dump some corn in here. I don't think it needs all of it. Have to come up with something else to do with that. Maybe mix it into some cornbread. That could be good. And the green beans, I think these are a little big. So I'm going to give these a chop. And into the pot they go. So maybe green bean casserole with the rest of these? We've got our turkey. Those are some small pieces. Just give some of the bigger bits a... Should have used my bigger knife. Throw that in, see if that looks like enough. Let's go ahead and do this last piece. And now I need a spoon, which I didn't bring with me. And we've got some gravy that needs to go on next. Is it just my family, or does everyone end up with like 3 jars this size of extra gravy? I don't know. I make too much gravy. Give this a stir to get it all mixed together. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, she called this cottage pie. Isn't it shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie is only when it's made with lamb, because shepherds. It's cottage pie if it's made with pretty much anything else. Often, probably most often, cottage pie is made with meat. Beef. Cottage pie. Most often, cottage pie is made with beef. But it can be made with turkey or chicken or venison. I'd imagine venison is quite traditional in the sense that people did it back when they were living in cottages. I say that, but a lot of UK homes are still considered cottages, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong there. And then the last step before this goes in the oven is we are going to flatten these mashed potatoes on the top. Now, if you want to put some breadcrumbs on top of this, you can. If you want to put some of those crispy fried onions that you use in the green bean casserole on top of this, you can. If you want to do cheese or salt and pepper or crispy fried garlic, I've got some of that in the pantry. I usually use it on salads. That would probably be good on here too. But you just want to top it off with some mashed potatoes. A little bit for me, right? And then this is going to go into the oven at 350, which I do believe is 180 Celsius. I should know that by now. For about 30 to 45 minutes till it's nice and hot and bubbly and maybe a little bit toasty on top. I'm gonna bake this and I will see you soon. Okay, I didn't bring the whole cottage pie out here because heavy and hot. So here's a picture, and let me tell you, this smells amazing. I had meant to and forgot to mix a little bit of hot sauce into it when I was making it because I kind of wanted to go for a little bit of a different vibe. But smelling this, I'm kind of glad I forgot. I did bring the hot sauce out, so I'm going to try it with it. But this way you can have some with hot sauce if you want, or you can have it plain if you don't want. But let's try this. I love the little like crispy edge on the potatoes. That is so good. Just, I mean, yes, it tastes a lot like Thanksgiving dinner, but you've transformed it into something else. And it's just delicious now. Let's try adding a bit of hot sauce. Yes, it's Nando's hot sauce. I like it. And I'll put the video where I tried several of them down below. That is definitely a different take. And I'm glad to have both options. I really like it with the hot sauce. I really like it without the hot sauce. I am going to tell you one thing about it. I said that I was going to cook it for 30 to 45 minutes. I did end up going closer to an hour. It just wasn't cooking as fast as I expected. My ingredients were pretty cold when I started, and I just wanted to make sure those carrots and onions got softened properly. But if you're looking for something to do with your leftovers this holiday, give that a try. It's really good. I don't think you'll regret it. But that's all I've got for today. So if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. And happy holidays.